Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'm standing beside another Factory 5 Racing 65 Coupe. So, and hopefully you've seen the earlier videos. What we're going to try to do is share with you all the steps along the way on a 65 Coupe to build, dry fit, and then get ready to do body and paint. So we're basically going to share with you right up until the point where we're putting everything reassembled back together in a painted finish. So in an earlier video, we had this passenger door dry fitted into place. We had the rear glass hatch just installed rough, and they had the hinge on the driver's side installed, and they were ready to modify the door and to fit the door on the driver's side. So a lot has happened since then. So I think what we'll do is just have the camera person come around this passenger side front. They've done quite a bit of work on the fitting on the front, but I think what we'll do is we'll start kind of where we left off before, and we'll walk around and end up back at the front. So the passenger door, now you can see they've got the gaps even better. We've installed, so this is an option to have the plexiglass slide here for the window. Earlier videos you can see on our YouTube channel where we've created a frame and safety glass and power. So that's something that people can opt with. We have all the patterns for it where we made our own custom frame with window channel. It has safety glass, the windows are power, and we even have power actuators that pop the doors open. So that's on our YouTube channel on another 65 Coupe previously that we built. This one, the client is opting to go with more of the traditional look, or the closer to the race car look of the Shelby Daytona. So he's ordered the optional window frame with the plexiglass. So they have that now installed. The door is now readjusted. You can see the gaps here are much better. They've done a little bit of body work on the door just to make sure they have the definition line. You can see how nice it lines up down here with the rocker panels, the gap here at the quarter, and down here at the rocker. So this is fitting way better than original, but it is time consuming. There's quite a bit of time involved to shape the doors, trim the doors, and they come on and off roughly 5 or 6 times to get the correct fit and finish. We also have the handle installed, which I think we showed in the previous video. But now what I want to do is just kind of open this door to show you. We've got the latch inside, and then we have the frame. It's all been adjusted and installed. So now we have all the hardware in. We've got the cutout for the latch. You saw, I think in previous video, the cutout for the hinges themselves. And then if I get out of the way, I think the camera person can show you the cutouts here so that we have access to the hinges. So later what we'll do, after all the dry fitting is done, we'll remove the doors, we'll remove these hinges, and we'll sandblast and powder coat those, probably a satin black. So they'll be all powder coated, and then they'll continue on with the body work. So the door is now fitting the way it should with the body. The frame is installed and it's adjusted correctly. They've performed some more body work here while they're working on this one side. As we come around the back, you can see the glass. They did a little more fitting and adjusting on the rear hatch glass. We haven't done the fiberglass work yet, but everything is trimmed close enough so that the glass sits where it should. And then we'll share with you as we start doing more body work, because we'll do the rear wing and more work on the edging. We'll share with you as that continues. As we come up to the driver's side, for some reason, the driver's side on the 65 Coupes are always more difficult to adjust. They seem to be a fighter. There tends to be, generally speaking, a lot of adjustment in the door hinges to go forward and back and height. But for whatever reason, the driver's side, you typically spend almost twice as much time adjusting the hinges and the door to fit. I'm not sure why that is. We also had it on the little Cobra Mark IV. We had a lot more difficulty. There seemed to be, like with the hinge, we have it set back, basically bottomed out as far as you can adjust it, and the gap still wasn't right. So we're into oblonging some holes and doing a lot more adjusting to try and get it to fit properly. So this door is closer now after several hours, but we're quite fussy. We want to make sure the gaps are even better. So right now the gap is quite decent. This lines up well, this lines up well, and our line across here isn't quite right. I don't know if it'll come up in the camera. We've got nice gap here, but it's really tight down here. And then this gap I'm not happy with on this top part. So the door is still kind of tilted a little bit, so we're going to work on that to get the fit better. So this is just going to be some more fine tuning with the door. And then you'll notice we also have the frame installed on this driver's side also. And then the handle. So I'll just open that up. So same as the other side, we have everything drilled out. We have everything all fit the way it should with the latch. And then if the camera person comes around to this side, you'll see we have our striker and our mounting points in behind installed. No body work done yet inside, but everything is fitting quite nice. This will take some more adjusting to make it right, but we'll work on that. And in the front, we've done quite a bit of work on the nose. Excuse me. So you'll see it looks funny right now because they're only about halfway through. So the hood always wants to look like it's sinking in the center because we don't have our spacers or grommets across the front at the firewall yet. But basically what they've done is we have all the brackets installed on the front for the tilting nose. We've made some adjustments to it so that the travel of the hood will increase or open wider than the original design. You can see they have the latches installed. We've got all the mechanisms in there. They've installed the pin and the bracket for both between the rocker and the hood, but they're still adjusting to do. So our client lives a distance away, so we basically just wanted to share another update to show how it's coming along. It's hard to get a visual when the car really doesn't have the front nose or doors on. So now that they're dry fit, you get kind of a better concept of what the overall shape and how they look. So in the next video what we'll do is once we have this front hood adjusted properly, we'll get everything fitting the way it should. We'll shape the edges. We'll have grommets along the top here for the correct height. We'll make sure we adjust everything and working properly. We'll do a little more adjusting on that door, and then we'll probably share another video at that point because then we'll have all the fitting done. And we'll share with you roughly how many hours it is from scratch. So what I mean by that is when the chassis is built and the body's just kind of floating, or you just set the body on, we'll share with you how many hours it is to measure, mark, bolt, and fasten the body square to the chassis, and then all of these adjustments and cutting and trimming to the point where it's ready for body work and paint work. So we'll keep it kind of separate, and we'll share with you as we go along. So lots of progress. This is the Factory 5 Racing 65 Coupe. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.